On today's podcast, we're going to talk about creating, changing, and implementing new procedures, so stay tuned. Welcome to Warehouse Safety Tips. You can find the show notes to each episode, links to information mentioned on the podcast, the social media platforms we're on, and anything else related to the podcast at warehousesafetytips.com. Now, if you're a seasoned podcast listener, this podcast is going to be different from most you listen to. It's based around exactly what the name implies, warehouse safety tips. And since the people in this industry are busy, we know that time is money and each episode will be as short and to the point as possible. And now, with all of that out of the way, let's get to the podcast. For the third week in a row, I've opted to break the rule of keeping information evergreen to further discuss the coronavirus pandemic that we're in the midst of. I bring it up because during this pandemic, we've seen things happen that we would have never believed had we not experienced it ourselves. Did you ever think that you'd see the Disney parks or the world-famous Las Vegas Strip shut down and empty? Did you think that you'd see all sporting events, including the Final Four or the Olympic Games, canceled? Those couple examples are just some of the more extreme measures that have taken place, but there's thousands of other ways that this pandemic has changed everyday life. The title of our podcast this week is Time for a Change. Sometimes change can be very hard to make and or enforce, but many times, such as what we're going through right now, it's a must. Before moving on, here's a word from one of our sponsors. If you've ever been to or worked in a warehouse, you know just how important safety is to both management and staff. It's almost impossible to go 10 steps without seeing safety tape, angles, signs, and or safety products. It's these items that show us how to be safe and avoid danger in the workplace. And if you're looking for the best products to make this happen, look no further than Mighty Line. Mighty Line floor signs and floor markings offer the best industrial products out there. We're proud to have Mighty Line as the official floor sign and floor marking company for the Warehouse Safety Tips podcast and site. Go to mightylinetape.com/safety tips to request a sample pack of their incredible safety signs and floor markings. Now back to the podcast. In the first part of our podcast, we spoke about how sometimes change is a must. We also spoke about a fraction of the changes that we're experiencing during this coronavirus pandemic. During emergencies, you have to do whatever it takes to survive. Lucky for us, that's not usually the case. What is business as usual are the last 3 S's of the 6S methodology, and that's standardization, safety, and sustaining. Here's a breakdown of each step. When you standardize, you revisit the first 5 S's, which is sort, straighten, which is also known as setting in order, and shine. On a regular basis and frequent basis, you evaluate the condition of the workplace. Safety is the next one. The addition of safety means that you should constantly be looking around your facility to identify issues that could possibly affect your staff, production, service, or your overall facility, and then work to eliminate those issues. Sustaining. That means maintain the standard and improve every day. This S allows you to strive for continuous and never-ending improvement. We mentioned change can sometimes be very hard to make or enforce. Adopting the attitude that we've always done it that way and or being closed-minded to change is just a recipe for trouble. If you've ever had the misfortune of attending a funeral, one of the things that you'll often hear people say is, it shouldn't take an event like this for us to get together. Let's make a point to change that going forward. The same thing happens when there's an accident at work. People will say that they're going to pay attention and follow the rules much closer. The reactions and intentions surrounding both of these situations are genuine at the time that they occur, but after time, the reactions and intentions will lose strength and don't resurface until the next situation occurs. You've got to be constantly on the lookout for ways to eliminate, add, and or change procedures. Most importantly, procedures must be enforced to keep your facility as safe, productive, and organized as it can possibly be. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Warehouse Safety Tips. If you visit warehousesafetytips.com, you'll find the show notes for this episode and access to all of our blog posts, previous podcasts, advertiser information, and much more. Thank you for listening to Warehouse Safety Tips, and have a safe day.